What up? Let's talk Pixel Flesh by Ellen Atlanta. So I chose this because it was one of the picks for the Her Story challenge on Goodreads, and these are all picks about women for women. And I this one caught my interest. It was on Hoopla, so I listened to the audiobook. The author is British, so she has a lovely British accent whenever she's telling this book. But I thought this was so interesting. It's all about the female experience and just what we experience with women around beauty. Just the whole beauty industry, how we're kind of still feeding into centering male attention in the beauty industry, how we're kind of told that it's for us, that it's an empowering thing, but just this really goes over all the aspects of the female experience. It goes over motherhood and pregnancy. It goes over surgery, weight loss, the colonization and the beauty industry. So many interesting topics that this really hit on, and was such a validating book to hear. It was a validating book to listen, and all these things that we've all experienced over our looks, this really hits on, and was such an interesting topic. And I thought it was so interesting. And the main question over this book was, how can we change how women view themselves? How can we change how girls view themselves growing up without putting so much pressure on them to be skinny, to be beautiful, to be a certain way, to kind of be aesthetically pleasing? It was such an interesting, thought-provoking book. This is way out of what I would normally pick up to read, but I thought it was so interesting and such a refreshing take on the beauty industry. It really dives into when these things started gaining popularity. She does interviews with influencers and like Snitchery, who does a lot of really popular cosplays on TikTok. She's now diving into more of the costume at different award ceremonies. So she did an interview with Snitchery, she did interviews with other influencers, and really dives into like the Kardashians and Kylie and how that shaped beauty and how it shaped the beauty industry whenever these women started getting things done, and how sometimes people play off those things but then finally come out with the truth and everything's supposed to be subtle. It was just so interesting to dive into this. I thought it was such an interesting listen. I think it's a great one for women to listen to, just so it's so validating to hear these experiences and to hear that you're not alone in how you feel about yourself. I think everyone has moments of where we lack confidence, where we want to change something about ourselves to feel better, to look better, and this was just incredibly validating and such an interesting listen. I gave this one 4 stars.